Hello, hello, hello. This is the third and final reading of day 37 of reading the Bible in a year, week 8, day 2. And I've got chapter 5 from Hebrews to read for this reading. The first reading was really long, so it's quite a shame that these last two readings have been quite short. But it's good for me because I need to go to bed soon. Qualifications for high priesthood. For every high priest taken from among men is appointed for men in things pertaining to God, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sins. He can have compassion on those who are ignorant and going astray, since he himself is also a subject of weakness. Because of this, he is required, as for the people, so also for himself, to offer sacrifices for sins. And no man takes this honour to himself, but he who is called by God, just as Aaron was. A priest forever. So also Christ did not glorify himself to become a high priest, but it was he who said to him, "You are my son, today I have begotten you." As he also said in another place, "You are a priest forever according to the works of Melchizedek." Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with vehement cries and tears to him who was able to save him from death, and was heard because of his godly fear, though he was a son, yet he learned obedience before things which he suffered. And having been perfected, he became the author of eternal salvation to all who obey him. He called by God as high priest according to the order of Melchizedek, of whom we have much to say and hard to explain, since you have become dull of hearing. Spiritual immaturity. For though by this time you ought to be teachers, you need someone to teach you again are the first principles of the oracles of God, and you have come to need milk and not solid food. For everyone who partakes only of milk is unskilled in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. That is, baby. But the solid food belongs to those who are full of age, that is, those who, by reason of use, have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. Yeah. Still not vibing with it. And I have spoken to my parents about it, and they kind of just laughed, in the kind of like, yeah, we know that kind of thing as well. But they also agreed with me that I'm not the target audience for Hebrews. I don't know, but it just seems like it wasn't written for Gentiles. That is, people that weren't brought up Jewish. Yeah. It still makes me think a bit sometimes. So I'm going to finish there. And I said at the end of the first reading today, which I'm saying now at the end of this third reading, that reading silently makes me fall asleep. I don't know why. If I want to stay awake and read silently, I have to either be twirling something in my fingers. I either have or fiddling with something, or walking around, or doing something. I can't just sit and read. Which some people might say is a form of autism or ADHD. I don't know which one. I haven't been tested. My dyslexia report shows tendencies of autism, but we're not testing that today. We're testing for dyslexia. So, yeah, could be. I don't know. Anyway, I will finish there, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 38. Oh, it's getting later in the year now. Oh.